Hello and welcome to Toy Vet episode 55. Sorry, I just banged my mic arm there. I hope it didn't make a horrible sound. This is a show where I react to recent toy releases. I have here a list of recent releases. Sorry, I just moved my frame or something. Hope that didn't mess you up. I have here a list. I'm having all kinds of technical problems. I'm sorry. I have here a list of recent releases that I saw, knew I would want to take a second look at, and I'm taking that second look here with you rather than on my own. There's a few exceptions to that, such as especially the Mechnoise Toys and Galaxy People at the end that I always look at, and some stuff I may have taken a closer look at, but in general, this should be a pretty fresh reaction. Let's get right into it. We'll start with Turtle Overlord Kaiku Forest Green Edition by Hak Leong. Super One Studios. Cute. Oh. His back is like a dragon on his shell. That's really cool. That's a cool figure. I wonder how big it is. Find out more on Toys R Evil has a blog post about it, apparently. Let's see. I think we've looked at a bunch of stuff from this. 19 centimeters tall. Busting out the ruler. Pretty tall. Oh, it's actually bigger than I thought it was. Really cool. It's a decent size. It's like, what, 7 inches or something? And it's SG $80. Singapore dollars. Oh, 61.92 US dollars. That's a great conversion, actually. Yeah, only $60. Let's take a look at Super One Studios real quick. I'm going to turn off the feed for a second. So, just to see if there's anything inappropriate right off the bat. There's nothing inappropriate. There's also nothing too interesting, it doesn't look like. Whatever this is looks cool. I don't see that. He's still a pre-order. This is from March and he's still a pre-order. Whatever the shipping's like. Singapore and Indonesia is where it'll be coming from. International orders. It's just so cheap and cool. It's kind of tempting. You know what? I'm going to put him on the list. You know, I'm going to buy so few of these figures that the list is just basically just an honor at this point. It's not that you're going to get bought. No, some of that stuff, a very, very small amount of it will get bought at some point. Very cool figure. All right, next up. I guess I just wanted to show that the ticket for Mushroom Festival, which I think we've looked at a bunch of stuff that's going there, is punk drunkers with mushroom hats, which is pretty cool. I guess that's why I put this here. I'm not going to research it further. I like these punk drunkers Aitsu character guy. Might get one someday. Not sure if I like the punk drunkers, the name punk drunkers though, because of the possible alcohol reference. I'd have to look into that more, but great design on the ticket. I guess that's what I was going for there. I don't really remember putting that on. Maybe really vaguely I remember it. And I'm thinking I bet I put just that because the actual post that it came from had inappropriate stuff or something. Anyway, 9-inch tall Ionic and Masked Titano from Defauves, painted by Joe Serpico for Mushroom Festival. Or maybe I looked at Mushroom Festival last year and we're about to hit all the Mushroom Festival stuff for this year, which was a couple months ago. Cool figure. Looks like he has crinkled up sparkly stuff inside him, which I've seen before in from other figures. Cool framing here with looks like it's in a destroyed city. Very cool. Might have a real life situation I have to go take care of in a second. Alright, I don't see the Masked Titano. Ionic and Masked Titano. I don't see the mask part, but anyway, maybe that's coming up. Yeah, it's a cool figure. I'm not going to put it on the list. Alright, I'm going to pause the recording, which puts a big hiccup in what we're doing, because I'm going to have to do some editing now, but I'll be back with you shortly, I hope. Okay, I'm back. Everything's good, I think. Next up, Cherry Blossom colorway combos for Only Creatures characters. Okay, Only Creatures is the maker, I think. These are like, oh, Pillbug, Kaiju, Hatbug. So they're like Pillbugs or Trilobites or... oh, decent size on them. The details on the bottom are really cool. Let's take a look at their Instagram. I'm going to turn off the feed real quick. Turn it back on. Everything's good. A lot of these creatures that look like this or literally are this. There's some... I think they got some bigger ones. They got some big boys. Very cool. Alright, there's a really loud background noise thing. I'm going to turn it off real quick. Stand by. Sorry about that. I hate editing, so I probably won't be editing that. Let's see. Yeah, this trilobite looking stuff is really this guy's jam. Wonder how big their bigger guys are. Like this guy. I think I might put this Instagram on my list. On the interest list, because these are very cool looking figures. And they have some smart and cool colorways. The duck platypus thing is weird. Just kind of noticing that. I guess they're all kind of like that. But they just colored it that way. Okay, that makes it a little better. Yeah, the Pillbug, the rose is a very cool one. I definitely really like the pink. Is that what it's called? Oh, Cherry Blossom. Yeah, very cool. Anyway, might keep an eye on them in the future. We shall see. Ooh, that same kind of Cherry Blossom effect on their big guy would be really cool. Anyway. Got another one on the interest list. Wow. Next up. More Mushroom Festival stuff. Boosum from Jito Toys. Railway Monster Cross from Magitoy Studio. We'll run into that. Frozen Soil Kaiju from Permafrost. What is this? Permafrost Grocer 1991. Great name. Let's look at these guys. I guess this is Boost. Oh, Boostmon. Cool figure. Railway Monster Cross. It's like a kaiju made out of train stuff. He's got the tracks on his back and head and trains for arms. I don't get, is he like wearing all this stuff or is he actually made out of trains or something? Interesting. And then Frozen Soil. Is that a blind box type situation or just some colorways? Let's check them out. Turn off the feed for a second to avoid editing if there anything inappropriate pops up. Wow, they got a lot of interesting toys. I'll show you guys. A lot of Ultraman type stuff. Wow, these are cool. Let's see. I wonder if these are like, what's it called? Keshi type figures? I don't know. Oh, it doesn't look like it. I wonder how big they are. This guy I think we've seen before on the show, but I'm not sure. Are these Ultraman? These are official Ultraman things, which I don't like that. This guy's kind of cool. Oops, what did I just click on? That really looks like a Galaxy People type guy. See, this is what I'm talking about. I've talked about this a bunch of times, how I don't like references to things in my colorways, but sometimes I make an exception of certain ones I might like McDonald's or fast food or something. This is a perfect example of that. Not super huge on this figure, but this is the kind of thing I would approve of. I think a lot of this stuff is Ultraman related, like official, so yeah, that really turns me off. This is Godzilla and Son or something, maybe. So all this is like licensed stuff. Yeah, makes me not into it. These guys too. I guess. I don't know. Is this guy Ultraman related? Is this guy? This is the guy that really looks like he's from Galaxy People. Maybe this is an original guy. I don't know. Anyway. If these were a blind box and they weren't Ultraman, that'd be cool, but I don't really feel like looking into it any further. Next up. Okay, this is something that Toys R Evil is selling at their booth they have at this flea market called Miku Market, which is in Singapore, I believe. He has these Secret Base Ultimate Battle guys. Oh, they're smaller than I thought, based on this picture. There's like this insect guy versus this skull guy. They're both kind of cool figures. I just threw that in here, even though these are older figures. He's selling them, at his flea market thing. I don't think they're available new anymore, to my knowledge. But they're cool figures. I just wanted to show them. I guess there's 4 bug colorways and 4 skull boxer colorways. I like the skull boxer. Really cool. If I went by Miku Market and these were priced okay, I'd be tempted to get them, especially the skull boxer guy. I'm actually going to put this on the list because, yeah, the skull boxing guy is cool. This is a weird effect. I'm starting to get a lot more things I put on my interest list, and I wonder if it's because I've been trying to put things on the list for the show that are more directly my interests. In the past, I'd kind of spam all kinds of stuff in there that I just thought was even had some slight interesting element to it, even if I knew I would never ever buy it. Lately, since I've been trying to catch up on the list more, because as you can see, we're back in March or 17 weeks ago. Yeah, back in March 4th on this post. I've been trying to catch up. I've been trying to be a lot more picky with what I put on there. I only put on really cool stuff that really is something I really like. It's in an effort to have less stuff on there so I can catch up to a more modern time and have the list be, more contemporary stuff, which is kind of the point of the show. So yeah, if I can get caught up, maybe when I'm having a surplus, I'll be more picky, and when I'm not having a surplus, I'll put on things that just have some interesting element to them, like I used to do. But yeah, maybe that's why I'm getting more hits right now, because I've been doing it that way for a while. But back in March, I don't know if I was doing it, since we're that far back. Anyway, next up, we'll go to Kika Goods, Meow Cat, Peach, and Goma Sweet Mini Universe Series Blind Bag. Put this on here because of my old interest in beans, which I've talked about a million times. Kind of makes me want to look at all bean type figures. Each bag contains 2 minifigures. At this point, I've fulfilled my project regarding beans, though, although some of them are really cool, but these ones, I actually don't like these at all. So I guess I just put them on here because they're beans and to check them out, but yeah. I don't like them at all, really, so kind of a dud of a segment here. Next up, Birdie Kitchen Time Blind Box. Alright, it's birds on food. That's actually really disgusting. Birds are so disgusting. Not in general, but I consider them filthy and even disease-ridden sometimes, so putting them on food is disgusting. And yeah, I just don't like these. Regardless, they're not really that cool. I guess I put them on here just because they're food, or maybe I thought they were related to weather cursors, because at first glance I was like, "Ooh, is this related to weather cursors?" But yeah, not really liking it, and it's gross. Let's take a quick look at the publisher / whatever you want to call it. They don't really have anything that interesting. I mean, some slightly interesting stuff, but is it worth looking at? Not really. Let's just move on. Next up. Did you see that Phantom buy 2 get 1 free pop up? There it is. Oh, did I just put... This is supposed to be Medusa Girl. Let's see. Is this what you're getting instead of a 404 from Strange Cat Toys? Okay, here's Medusa Girl Green Viper version. So let's search for the other one. Put 2 versions on here. Medusa Girl. Yeah, that appears to be the only version right now. Can I filter for out of stock? That cookie's really weird. Okay. The other version was just a different colorway, Crimson Viper. Medusa Girl Crimson Viper. Let's just Google that. Girl Crimson Viper, just to get a look at it. And then we'll just look more in detail at the green one. So there's the red colorway, the crimson colorway. Let's just take a look at this green one that we actually do have here. I don't know, Strange Cat must have delisted their crimson one. Maybe it sold out. Oh, she dropped her ice cream. Did the crimson one drop her ice cream? Yes. The bows are more obvious on the crimson that they're wearing bows. The black ones, black bows on green snakes, less so. They do a really good job hiding the face. You can't tell if it's like a whole head or face there. She dropped her ice cream, which is pretty upsetting. Okay, looks like it's not a full face. Looks like this snake body's wrapped around her here. Cool figure. I could never get this in a million years because my wife hates snakes extremely. I think I like the red one better. Very tempted to put this on my list, actually, even though I could never get it. But is this still a pre-order? Yeah, it is still a pre-order. Shipped by end of quarter 4 2026, and it was listed probably back in March. $275. 24 centimeter height, so that's like 10 inches, which is pretty good. Very expensive figure. Interesting. I'm just going to check out the publisher we are doing for a second. I know I've looked at them a bunch. They have a bunch of inappropriate stuff, as you might imagine. There's almost a suggestion of that in the Medusa Girl, maybe. Maybe I'm just reading into that. Or it's just maybe even if there's not, there's just you've seen many anime girl statues that are inappropriate, that are similar size and cost and quality. I'm gonna put this on my list too. It's pretty cool. All right, that takes us to. I guess I'll get rid of this crimson, the Crimson Viper. I'll change the link. Let me just make sure this site isn't inappropriate. I don't know what kind of site this is. Yeah, seems fine. We can actually, let's actually take a look. So we can look at just the crimson colorway. Yeah, I think I like this one better. I think the bows stand out. Just the shimmeriness of the shoes and the dress and the bows is really a cool effect. And the like white pink snakes. Pretty cool. So maybe this is the one that should be on the interest list. Let's do it that way. Not this one. this one. And we'll put that into the show notes too. So we'll get rid of this one. Put that one there. Okay. We'll leave the Strange Cat. Shout out to Strange Cat, who shows me all this stuff in the first place. All right. We're at the end here. Mech Noise Toys. I might stop looking at this every week. We'll see. I know we've looked at the Skeletor, this guy. The Skeletor Black Ace, I know we've looked at. So nothing new, because I'm not into the Evangelion stuff. Don't know what's going on there. It is kind of insane. Just think about the amount of Evangelion figures they're cracking out here. Like, if you were really into Evangelion and want to get all their Evangelion stuff, they're just cranking it out. And man, think about the cool... I'm not into the Evangelion stuff. Just think about the cool... their own stuff they could be cranking out. You know, their own figures, which are awesome. I wish that's where they were focused. Last but not least, Galaxy people, we do have a new post here, which is basically he's going to have some figures at a Penguin themed show. And he said, okay, this is... All right, there's some more things I didn't notice here. Okay. These are the first entries in a new Galaxy People line, the Galaxy Chimera, detailing the results of Scarthrax's universe-wide genetic meddling. Cast in resin, they feature interchangeable heads, arms, and bodies, all held together by the power of magnets. That's cool. For now, there are just these 3 one-offs sold with their full range of appendages, but this is a line I do intend to expand upon in the near future. This is our... Sorry, I bumped the mic. This is our first post from Galaxy People since May 22nd, and it's like a new line. All right. First off, something I didn't quite understand when I read this post originally, because Galaxy People stuff I always look at in detail before it comes on the show, because I'm trying to catch certain things from them and actually buy something. I saw a glimpse of it, but I didn't quite get it. And that is, there are some traditional Galaxy People figures here. I see, here's this little, this isn't a super clear picture, which may be on purpose, but here's his little section carve out right here. And he's got one of his spaceship vehicles and spider tank. And it looks like his sensor bat playing spaceship too. Which you can see, there's the spaceship, there's the spider tank, and there's the sensor bat thing, and they're all piloted by penguins. So those are pretty neat. I like those. Now you hear he's mentioning he's making a new line called Chimera, and here are the 3 Chimera. Three one-offs sold with a full range of appendages. Are they who are piloting? I think we just have a generic penguin piloting these things. Kind of like this guy in the background. I guess that's what's going on. All right, here's the weird thing. I'm a huge Galaxy People fan. I'm trying to get one of their figures. I don't really like these. And I'm a little worried that it's a new line and he's going to be making more of them. I've been hoping he would expand and make more big figures. He has a lot of figure types, but only 2 of them in big figures, and I'd really love him to expand that to have some of his other figures in the big format, because that's what I would love to pick up. I'm going to pick up 1 big figure from him is my plan. That's probably going to be the next one that I like that he does, and I'd love for it to be one of his cooler small figures made into the big version. Instead, it looks like he might be, hopefully he'll be focusing on a bunch of different stuff, but he might be focusing on this, and I don't totally like this. Like, the normal penguin, I don't totally like. This guy with the big eyes and the facial expression, I don't really like him. This guy's cooler, but it just, he's got the insect head, which looks very similar to other Galaxy People guys, and the insect arms are cool. On a penguin body is weird. Not sure I really like that. I like the coloring on the body, so I'm a little disappointed that looks like Galaxy people might be taking a different direction than I was hoping they were, or maybe not. Maybe they're going to still be focusing on making some big figures too. Maybe there'll be more work in the future, but seeing this combined with the fact that we haven't had a post in a long time, I'm like, oh, he's like not doing as much, and the stuff he is doing, he's going away from what I would like in a way. But we shall see what the future holds. I hope that's not the case. I hope he will actually continue working on some figures I'd really be into getting, which first and foremost, I'm trying to get one of his big figures. In the future, I would love to get one of his little figures, and I'd love to get one of his vehicles, like the spider tank, spaceships and stuff. So we'll see what happens, but it's an interesting development. I do remember when I very first got into Galaxy People, he had a weird penguin t-shirt, which seems to be a reference to this thing he's talking about, like the genetic meddling, whatever. I can't remember what the t-shirt said, but I think it was something along those lines. And the t-shirt was very cool. The penguin in that shirt was really cool. I was actually like, oh, I'd wear that shirt. Had like a weird mutant penguin on it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that mutant penguin looked like kind of a evil or aggressive, more monstrous than any of these three. So, and I liked it better. Anyway, wish him the best, even if he focuses on this. Maybe there'll be different animals in the future that I'd like better, but yeah, the penguin I'm not totally vibing with. But we'll see what the future holds. Hope he continues to make his other figures too. All right, that is it for today. So thanks for watching.